Do you struggle between what is right and what is wrong in your actions? Do you constantly fight on the fairness of the rights and wrongs, the goods and bads in your life? Do you constantly follow what is good and shun what is bad in your life? Welcome to the Alpha Life Project. You know this is a place where the focus is on all things you, with an agenda of establishing awareness, enabling analysis, and empowering action so that you can upgrade your life. This is Bala, your fellow Alpha Lifer and host, and it's a wonderful, wonderful time for all of us to live our Alpha Life. Today we have a very interesting and yet a very controversial topic. Today's topic of introspection is right, wrong, good, bad, the twin pillars of the gateway to hell. That's right. If you find yourself struggling between the rights and the wrongs in your life, or the goods and the bads in your life, then you're already in hell, aren't you? This entire business of right or wrong, good or bad is so deeply rooted in your consciousness that you just indulge in it without having to even think about it. These are all judgments, but you can't help them. Last week we did a separate episode on judgments and how to deal with them. Right or wrong, good or bad, these are the biggest judgments of them all. Let's start with a story like we always do. Everyone knows the story of Robin Hood, right? It still makes for a great retelling and remembering once again. So once upon a time, there was this thief living in Nottingham, sometime in medieval England. He used to be appalled by the way the people were treated in his county, especially the poor people. He used to especially despise the way the sheriff of Nottingham would treat the people there. His pet peeve was that the rich were rich at the cost of the poor, and the poor were poor only because of the rich. So he launched a crusade against the sheriff and the rich folk of Nottingham, along with his band of men called the Merry Men, right? They set base in the forest of Nottingham and they would loot any rich folk passing by. But this looting, this robbing was with a difference. Robin Hood and his merry men would not keep all these riches to themselves. They would go and distribute these to the poor. The rich folk had no idea who this Robin Hood was, and they tried many times to catch him but failed. The poor folk of Nottingham, however, knew who he really was, and they did everything to protect him. You would have understood by now that we would be discussing right or wrong, good and bad here, right? We will continue this at the end of the podcast. So look around you, see all the clashes of ideologies and the thinking that happens around you. It could be in religion, in politics, in business, in movies. All this is a clash of right or wrong, good or bad. See all the people whom you seem to love and all the people whom you seem to hate. Again, a clash of right or wrong. See how opinions are divided, and you would usually see the hint of right or wrong or good or bad in that as well. It is all around you, deep inside you as well as outside of you. So what is this right or wrong business, good or bad business? This is called polarization. Polarities are opposite things. And your mind loves to define polarities. It just loves it. Your mind creates this polarity called right or wrong, good or bad. It's a condition set by the mind where it sees something as right or good and something opposite to that as wrong or bad. Remember, these are just inventions of the mind. There is actually no universal right or wrong, no universal good or bad. That is, unless everyone in the world decides to agree on the same, which I don't think would happen, right? So there is no universality to this. Now, irrespective of which position you take in your mind, you are headed for hell. You are already living in hell, because taking one position means that you've already created its opposite position in your head. These are all judgments, remember? All of these are mind conditions, but these are pillars to the gateway of hell. They lead you into hell. Now let's look at how this entire thing is created, these rights and wrongs, the goods and bads. By the way, this is deeply programmed into your mind, deeply programmed. All lessons from religion to mythology to movies, they try to preach right or wrong, good or bad. There is always a good side, right? And there is always a bad side. Is that right? You have been polarized like this right from childhood. And you still are. It is still continuing, by the way. The issue is, all of this remained deeply entrenched in you, became an integral part of who you are. And this became something that started defining how you deal with people and situations in your life. Everything had to be in black or white, right? Right or wrong, good or bad. No shades of grey there. By the way, mythology in original doesn't talk about whether gods were good and demons were bad. It is the iterated version which changed over a period of time. It's the movies that started portraying this. If you were to look at mythology, each faction, gods or demons, they served their purpose and together created a balance. Somewhere down the line, this balance is what went missing from your life because you started chasing only the right and the good, while you started shunning the wrongs and the bads. Again, mind conditions, right? Look at the movies. There is always a hero, the goodie, and a villain, the baddie. Movies entertain. Real life situations don't. So, right or good is usually defined as a position that you wish to take or have already taken. You would usually never call yourself wrong or bad, right? You would always want to be in a position that is right, that is good. So, whatever position you take, its opposite becomes wrong or the bad position. Any such position, it automatically gets classified as wrong or bad in your mind. This right or this good is usually mistaken for truth, and the position defined as wrong or bad is invariably taken as untruth. You would always like to be in the good, right? Always in the right, and see yourself as truthful, right? That's how it is. It's very, very deep. And if you go further deeper, at a deeper level, something is usually defined as right or good if you do not feel threatened by it. And something is defined as wrong or bad if you actually feel threatened by it. It is the same with people, by the way. Just look around you. Those who don't threaten you, or those from whom you don't feel threatened, they are termed as right or good people, right? All the others are termed as wrong or bad. That's how it is. Also, people who take the same position or judgments as you are termed as right or good because you're all on the same side, and because your side is the right side, they are also right. And all the others who take a different position than you are termed as wrong or bad. Now, do you see how rivalries get created? Gang rivalries, even sports club rivalries. All of it comes from here, right? This is deep stuff, but this is absolute hell. Now, I hope you get it. It's absolute hell. You would now understand why there are clashes in religious, political, or business beliefs. It's a very simple game of right or wrong, good or bad. And this is being played at a very large level by a whole lot of people. When a whole lot of people come together and start playing this game, that's when it assumes a huge flavor of religion or politics or business. Sad but true. Now think deeply about how this applies in your life. Just think deeply. By the way, every single person does this. If you are doing it, you're not the only one. You were never the only one. You are not going to be the only one. It is automated stuff, remember? But get this. There is no real right or wrong. No real good or bad. These are just pure inventions of your mind. These are mind conditions. These are your judgments. The sooner you get this and do something about it, the earlier you will walk out of this hell. Otherwise, you are bound to this hell for a long while. You can spend your entire life thinking about who's right, who's wrong, who's good, who's bad, which position to take, whose side to take, who is on your side, who's not on your side, how to deal with people who are not on your side, and so on and so on and so on. life is really hell. The thing is, there is no right or wrong. There is no good or bad. There are just consequences for the actions that you take. Any or every side that you take, every decision that you take, it has consequences, and you are the one who needs to live with those consequences. Remember that. Hence, it's very important for you to deal with it by yourself at the earliest. So, how to deal with this really? The thing is, you can't help your judgments. They will keep coming and going on their own. They have a life of their own, by the way. You have no control over them. You will keep judging people. You will keep having all kinds of judgments, all kinds of rights and wrongs, goods and bads in your life, in your mind. You can't help it. So, if you try to stop this from happening, if you try to stop them from coming up in your mind, you are setting up yourself for disappointment. All the very best. You're not going to succeed. I'm telling you that right away. It's not going to happen. Instead, if you figure out how to deal with this, it's a much, much easier thing and a feasible thing to do. So there are many broad ways that you can deal with this business of right or wrong. Again, since these are judgments, we already discussed one of them in the last episode, which was called the game of fact or opinion. We've already covered that. You can listen to it in the last episode. Another very powerful way to deal with this is, instead of thinking of situations or people, whether they are right or wrong, whether they are good or bad, look at them from a lens of whether they are useful or not useful to you and the situation at that moment. You see, every time you find yourself indulging in polarizing people or situations, just change your angle. Think from another angle. Just change the lens. Don't polarize. Just see the utility of that particular opinion. Think whether the position that you're taking, the mind position that you're taking, is contributing to the situation and hence is useful, or is not contributing, or rather taking away from the situation and hence is not useful. Interesting, right? Interesting and different take, but something that is very powerful, something that really works. You are actually reframing this entire thing to something entirely different. This is a very powerful way to deal with the rights and wrongs, the goods and bads in your life. Then you're no longer polarizing and creating opposite sides. You're just acting out of what is contributing or useful. That's it. Try it for yourself. I'm going to give you another very, 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 very powerful tool to use, not only in this, but for any decision making for that matter. Remove yourself from the equation and then see how it all looks like. Then take any position that you want, but first remove yourself from the equation. This is a very powerful way to train your thinking process as it is, and it definitely works when dealing with the rights, the wrongs, the goods and the bads of your life. You see, every time you need to view something, every time you need to form an opinion or take a side, remove yourself from that equation and then see how it looks like. You know, the rights or the wrongs, the goods or the bads, they originate because you are in the situation, because they originate from you, right? There is nothing right or wrong about the situation or the person opposite to you. It is all inside of you. It is all coming from inside you. So by removing yourself from the equation and looking at it from a third person point of view, you are actually viewing it as impartially as possible. You get that? Impartial is the operative word here. Very powerful, very, very powerful tool. I have used it to a lot of benefit. Beautiful tool. Think about it, use it for yourself. So, coming back to the story, continuing the story of Robin Hood and his merry men. Now, Robin Hood was stealing, right? That makes it all wrong. But he was also giving it away to the poor, the deserving. So does that make it good? The people who were threatened by Robin Hood, the rich folk and the sheriff of Nottingham, they felt that he was wrong, that he was bad. But the poor folk who were benefiting from him, they thought of him as right or as good. Now, was he a good guy or a bad guy? Was he in the right or was he in the wrong? It's the same situation, same actions and story viewed from different sides. One side makes him wrong and the other side makes him right. One side makes him bad, the other side makes him good. Now you get it, right? These are just mind conditions. It just depends on how they are viewed. Think about it very, very deeply. Now moving on from Robin Hood and watching the movie of your life. Just suppose if you were to continue fighting, struggling with the goods and the bads, the rights and the wrongs of your life, deeply indulging in them, in every action, every situation, and with all people, how would your life look like a few months down the line, a few years down the line, and till eternity? How would your life look like? And just imagine you were to flip it for yourself and deal with this rights and wrongs, the goods and bads properly. Use all the tools available to you. How would your life look like now? Which is a movie that you would want to make and watch out of your life? And while you're thinking about this, also think, who have you become by constantly taking sides of right, wrong, good, bad? And who could you possibly become if you were to transcend your polarization tendencies? Why is figuring this out so important for you? How would you like to deal with the rights, wrongs, the goods and bads in your life? And what steps would you like to take right away? Remember, good, bad, right, wrong, these are just creations of your mind, but these take over your entire world. And your entire world becomes hell, because these are the twin pillars to the gateway to hell. Loads of awareness is required for you to transcend the same. But that's a small price to pay for fulfillment, for peace, right? Thank you for listening in. If you like to all the stuff that you're listening to here, please pay it forward. Please share it with people in your tribe, in your circle, people who can benefit from the same. Once again, welcome to your Alpha Life project.